Never give up. Biblical motivation story. In every generation, God raises men and women who refuse to give up, who stand firm when the world says it's over. The Bible is filled with stories of people who faced impossible odds, but discovered that faith doesn't quit. One of those stories belongs to a man named Elijah, the prophet of God. Elijah lived in a time when Israel had turned away from God. The people worshipped false idols and followed wicked rulers who had forgotten the Lord. Elijah stood alone on Mount Carmel, facing hundreds of prophets of Baal. He cried out for the people to return to the true God, and when fire fell from heaven to consume his sacrifice, the nation trembled in awe. But even after that victory, Elijah faced deep discouragement. Queen Jezebel threatened to kill him, and Elijah fled into the wilderness, weary and broken. He sat under a juniper tree and prayed the most painful prayer a human can pray. "It is enough. Now, O Lord, take my life." He felt finished, defeated, useless, alone. Yet in that darkest moment, God did not rebuke him. Instead, the Lord sent an angel to touch Elijah and whisper, "Arise and eat." A small loaf of bread and a jar of water appeared beside him. Strengthened by that heavenly meal, Elijah journeyed 40 days through the desert to Mount Horeb, where God met him, not in the wind, the earthquake, or the fire, but in a still, small voice. That quiet whisper was heaven's way of saying, "Elijah, I'm not finished with you yet." In that moment, Elijah learned the greatest lesson of faith. Never give up, because God never gives up on you. Just like Elijah, many of us grow weary in our battles. We pray and see no answer. We work and see little fruit. We love and people turn away. We try to stay strong, but the mountain seems too high. Yet the Lord reminds us, "Those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles." Isaiah 40:31. Think of Joseph, who was thrown into a pit by his brothers, sold into slavery, and imprisoned for a crime he didn't commit. Yet through every season, God was shaping him for destiny. What looked like failure became the foundation for greatness. When the time came, Joseph rose to power and saved nations from famine. Think of Job, who lost everything: his family, his wealth, his health. Still he said, "Though he slay me, yet will I trust him." Job 13:15. Because Job refused to give up, God restored double what he had lost. And think of Jesus, who bore the cross for a world that rejected him. When he fell under its weight, he rose again. When the world buried him, he conquered death. His resurrection is the ultimate proof that faith never quits and that God's power always prevails. So when life grows heavy and you feel like giving up, remember, God is not done with your story. The same hands that fed Elijah, lifted Peter, and strengthened Paul are reaching out to lift you today. Your waiting is not wasted. Your struggle is not unseen. Your pain is not pointless. Because every time you stand back up in faith, you declare to heaven and hell alike, "My God is greater, and I will never give up." Thank for watching.